Yo, I'm Scuffy and this is Synthwave. So as you know, because if you found this video, you obviously know what Synthwave is. Synthwave is basically a reincarnation of 80s film music in a mainstream way. What that means is that all the resources and sounds you need already exist and are just old ass synths and drums waiting for you to pick them up. So let's start this guide with the materials you'll need. For synths, there's a lot of options. You can get away with stock plugins easily, like Armless has a lot of classic analog synths presets, and like Citrus can do pretty much anything. But you can also go for premium options, like of course Nexus, Serum, and Omnisphere. But an option I highly recommend is Dext, which is a free VST plugin, linked in the description, emulating the classic Yamaha DX7, which is the synth that popularized FM synths in mainstream music. It's also conveniently a staple in 80s film music. So, for drums, I initially had the wrong approach to drums. I used to look out for Synthwave drum kits on Google, but the best way is actually to use the actual drum used in the 80s. So, in the description, there's a mega link with a shitload of drum machine samples from the 80s, and this is where we'll get our drums from. 4 on the floor. The kick just goes it's always like that. The way you add flavor to synthwave drums is basically by adding more perks as you go, but the kick and snare remains very basic. Put a kick and snare from the sample pack from the description. Some will sound better than others for the synthwave style, so just trust your ears. EQ the kick to your liking, and you can add reverb to it. Just make sure to cut out the low of the kick, else you'll just get nasty ass fucking rumbles. EQ the snare and add reverb. You can leave a little bit of the lows here to make it sound better and bigger, but don't go crazy with it. You could leave it at it, but I'd add hi-hats, crashes, shakers, perks, and toms to preferences. To make toms like these, find a snare or a tom that sound like this and reverb the fuck out of it and make a little melody with it. You can use it like for a fucking filler just before drop, you know? The bass is a simple analog bass going twice as fast as the kick pattern, with a very simple progression. EQ the bass to raise the lows a bit and sidechain so the kick stands the fuck out, with gross beat cause it'd be easy and the kick's only 4 on the floor, so who the fuck cares. I like to complement my basses with a synth following with like a low mid-range boost, also sidechain. So here's a brassy sounding Nexus preset. It's pretty much the guiding line of this song for the chord progression, and it goes like this. EQ it to cut out the high highs and the low lows. I added a stereo spreader to make it sound bigger, and I sidechained it. I really should have just routed it all to a single sidechain track, but for fuck's sake, now I just can't be bothered. This is kind of an older song anyway. I'm a fucking idiot. I added an ambient pad fill up. Add a lead. EQ it, sidechain it. I make sure to flip things up so it doesn't get too repetitive at times. Oh, and make a futuristic sounding arpeggiator. EQ it, sidechain it. And yeah, automate shit, add shit, mix it, master it. I like to put a sound goodizer and a soft clipper after my mastering plugin, but don't go crazy please, I don't like to get my ear raped by sound goodizer. Alright, so that's pretty much a song. Leave a like, sub for more music shit later, cause I mean, this do be my first video. See ya.